be down below.
Thank you, Kevin. Play this guitar in fast before it falls out. The only thing that holds it on is this. Anyway, move this in. How's everybody doing? Okay? Well, it was nice to be asked to come by. And I guess a lot of you know that I grew up just down the road here, part of Waverley. We moved here in the mid-50s. And I lived here until 1967. Okay. I don't hear my guitar. Very well. Yeah. All right. Okay, focus. Yeah, my name's Myles Goodwyn. I grew it up down the road here a little ways. I used to go to this gas station over, that was Eisner's back in the day. I went to church, I taught Sunday school, I sang in the choir here at the St. John's United that used to be up on the hill right back there. I hear they moved it. God's will, I guess. I don't know. I used to play baseball right here. And the fire hall was here, but it looked different. I guess it's got some new siding on it. Might even be a little bigger, I believe. I'm not sure. Very long time ago. So I have a lot of memories here. Grew up on Lake William. I fished there and swam there. Got food out of it. Got water out of there when we had no running water. Came out of Lake William in our home. And so I have a lot of memories. Used to be a barber shop over there. Poor man died in a fire. I remember all kinds of stories and families and names from around here. I'm not going to get into that, but it's nice. So when they asked me to be part of this day, this particular day, I said yes, because I do spend a lot of time in Nova Scotia these days. I left here. I have one foot very planted in the Maritimes. I left here on May 1st of 1970. And I'm now finally returning a little bit at a time as I'm at an age now where I think I have to think about my roots and where I want to be in my final time here. And it's Nova Scotia. There's no question about that. There you go. There you go. I used to do the same thing right there too, I'm sure. All right. Okay, so April 1 got me out of here, and on that day, way back in 1970, April 1st of 1970, we formed in 1969. So what I want to do is play you some songs. I'll start off with some songs that I did not write. April Wine had mostly original material, and I wrote probably 90% of all of that material. But there was a time when songs were brought to us, and in the very early days. And I want to start off with a song that was brought to us by a record producer named Ralph Murphy. He was from Ontario, and he worked with us for some time and found us songs. You know who Ralph Murphy is? You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, he made some good records in his day, and he's still alive and well in Nashville, working in the publishing business. Anyway, he brought this song to us. The band that did this originally, it was a band called Hot Chocolate. And they're a British group, a black group. They had a song called "You Sexy Thing." You remember that? Well, Ralph found this song over in England because he used to spend a lot of time over there, and he'd bring these songs to us. So let me see if the first song, I don't squeak too much, to try this first one for you. This is a Hot Chocolate song with April Wine, and did really well with, way back in 1971. We're actually charted on the American charts, hit parade with us here. If I told you where you're going to, you'd laugh at my face, say you're out of place, and mind your business. 'Cause they'll want you, and you're such a good girl. And I ain't surprised you realize just where you're going to. That could have been all right, could have been here tonight, could have been sweet as wine, could have been a lady, could have been all right, could have been here tonight, could have been sweet as wine, could have been a lady. Help me out. Na 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 na. Sing on, please. Na 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 na. Yeah. Na 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 na. Oh yeah. Na 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 na. Could have been all right. Could have been here tonight. Could have been sweet as wine. Could have been a lady. Could have been all right. Could have been here tonight. Could have been sweet as wine. Could have been a lady. Thank you. That kind of started it all off for April Wine in terms of international. We did have a single before that. I'll play it for you later. That was out before that one, but that was a big one for us. And then nothing happened for a long time. We charted, but what happened was that we didn't know, hey kids, there's going to be a test later. And anyway, yeah, we didn't have good management. We didn't have all kinds of things in our favor. We did have a song in the charts, but there was no way to follow through. So we were too busy up in some bar in northern Quebec, I remember, talking about breaking up when our manager heard this, and that we were informed that we had a song on the charts in America, but it was too late to follow it up. So unfortunately for us, it was a stall for us breaking into the States. But we didn't break up, we continued on, and I'm glad that we did. I want to do another song that I didn't write. This was written by Elton John. And this was brought to us by Ralph Murphy back then. And Kevin, if you have a chance, Kevin, just when you have a chance, a bottle of water would be really cool. That'd be nice. It doesn't have to be cold, it can just be water. He said, I'll give you this for now. Did he hear me right? Okay, I think you got to give me some water. Okay, he brought an Elton John song. I have no idea what the words mean, and I don't think there's anybody here that does. I don't think Bernie Taupin knew what he was talking about that day. So anyway, this was a song that we got from Ralph Murphy. He brought it back from England. April Wine had a hit with it. It was like this. It seems as though I've lived my life on the bad side of the moon. I just stir your drinks and sickness still without a rustic spoon. And come on people, live with me where the light has never shone, and the hornets flock like hummingbirds speaking in a foreign tongue. Yeah, I'm a light world away from the people who make me stay. Said I'm sitting on the bad side of the moon. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life, my life. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life, my life. There ain't no need for watchdogs here to justify our ways. We live our lives in manacles, the main cause of our stay. And exiles here from other worlds, well my sentence come too soon. And why should I be made to pay on the bad side of the moon? Yeah, I'm a life world away from the people who make me stay. Said I'm sitting on the bad side of the moon. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life, my life. This is my life. little version of Bad Side of the Moon. All right. Cheers. All right. I'd like to do a. It's like say Jim Henman's going to be joining me up here not too long. We've been doing this just a little while, and it's been fun. And I got the feel for it, or the interest in this from because of Bruce Guthrow inviting me to be part of the Songwriters Circle last January down at the casino here in Halifax. And I really enjoyed it with Matt Anderson and Gordy. Yeah. And great guys. I have to admit that I didn't have one moment of joy. I was so nervous for 3 nights because I always have a big band behind me, a band and marshals and volume and everything else, and I'm more comfortable with it almost anywhere, but this was unusual. So to me it was like a challenge. I said, wait a minute, I want to get comfortable doing this. I mean, why not? Why not give this a go? So I decided to do this thing for a little bit, just so I could experience it. And Jim and I started off in Calgary, a big corporate show, and since then we've done shows in Ontario, and now here tonight, when, like I said, when they asked if we would do it, I said yes immediately. There was really no thought involved. And we've got other dates coming up, and so Jim will join us. What we typically do is 90 minutes straight, but tonight they wanted 2 sets, so Jim will be out for the second set, which hopefully won't go all night. If I stop talking, we'll be okay. This is one of those songs that I didn't write. I wish I had. It was brought to us by Ralph Murphy. This empty space I've held so long, you come around and now I'm warm. Thought that I was having fun, and now I see the way it's done. Thought we lived a life before. Who we were, well, I'm not sure. But one thing I know is right. I loved you then, I'm gonna love you tonight. I'm on fire for you, baby. Fire for you, woman, all night. I'm on fire for you, baby. Fire for you, woman, all night. So don't take your time, it's getting late. We might lose if we hesitate, and being free is lots of fun. And for me, though I'm just 21, I got things to do and things to see. Might even have to leave you be, but till that time, let's give her all. And don't look back until we fall. I'm on fire for you, baby. Fire for you, woman, all night. I'm on fire for you, baby. Fire for you, woman, all night. It'd be a shame if our games were doing us, with all the time spent on trying, then to lose your love. So come on, girl, we'll touch the sky. We'll break them through, we'll get so high. Don't worry about tomorrow's world, 'cause the time is now, and I need you, girl. I'm on fire for you, baby. Fire for you, woman, all night. I'm on fire for you, baby. Fire for you, woman, all night. choir for you. Seems a little extreme, doesn't it? I'm going to torture myself. Well, we are in a close to fire station. Okay, that's not really funny if you think about it. But anyway, I started off as a drummer. I played drums. I can't say I started off as a drummer, but I played drums for a while. And I wasn't very good, and I'm not saying that for a laugh. I just sucked. I just wasn't good. But I have lots of chutzpah. I can believe in things even when they're not the right things sometimes. So I talked to some kind people at the Legion up here, Legion up past the schools there. LC Scary, used to be LC Scary. I know it's called something, somebody else has got their name on there on the school now, which is better than LC Scary, isn't it? Because that was a horrible name for it. Thank you very much. All right, 1, 2, check 1, 2. All right, it's nice to be back here. Got a second little set we're going to do for you. I would like to introduce a fellow that I've known since 1963. Since 1963. We didn't really have any neighbors growing up down there in that part of Nova Scotia, part of Waverley Road where I was, until one day 12 people moved in next door. 10 kids. Luckily, apparently, according to reports, I came rushing out of the woods that separated the two buildings, twigs in my hair, all exhausted, skinny little runty guy. I asked you that's enough, please. Thank you. Oh, a bit of Jim. I know you want a bit of Jim. Okay. It's all in moderation and respect. Thank you. So anyway, yeah, apparently I said, does anybody play guitar here? and they go, Jim goes, yeah, I do. And I was so happy I had somebody to share this musical journey with. And here we are, over 50 years later, going to sing for you together tonight. Okay, would you welcome, please, Jim Henman. Hello.
I got it, Randy.
Okay, do you know what this is? Neither do I. It's a piece of paper with dots on it. Some music, I guess. Okay, Jim and I started off in country music. Listen to country music. You know, we weren't country artists or trying to be or anything. Well, my dad loved country music, and he liked it at a time when it was great. Early country, and it was, you know, it's very different today, isn't it? Country, I don't quite understand it. Country and western's gone, certainly. The country guys look more like rockers than the rockers do, quite honestly. And hey, I'm gonna wave at that car. Hey, hi.
Nice car.
I know how much you want for that car. I do. It's a Porsche 968, and you want $19,900 for it. And that's a fact. How do I know these things? I just do. Trust me, that was true, Jim.
It is true.
I know that car.
Every time I go over to your place, you're looking at cars on Kijiji.
I love cars. I've stolen a few in my day, even. Yes, I have. If you read my book, Just Between You and Me, I confessed. But there's a statute of limitations or something. Okay, so where was I? Country music. And we grew up on country music. Our dads listened. It was always on the radio in the yard, and I knew all the songs, pretty much. And I could play them, and I was very young, barely, I don't know how old I was, maybe 10 or 11, and I used to pick up a guitar that was around, and I used to be able to play most of those things. And that's part of the big part of the background of myself and for Jim. So we're going to give you a little taste, and I mean just a little bit of a couple of tunes that influenced in the early days in Waverley. You want to say anything before we start?
This may be one of the first songs we played together. This one is really glad.
Okay, let's try it. Here we go. felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love. Why'd you do me this way? Well, I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing ain't right without you. You got me singing the blues. The moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone, I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you. Well, I never felt more like running away, but why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. Yeah, it's one of those tunes.
It was I think we did a couple of country songs at that time. Myles and I both had listened to this old country singer called Jimmy Rogers. They called him the Singing Brakeman. I don't know if anybody here would know who he is. I know my brothers and sisters do, because they listened to me learning these songs. But when I got there in Waverley, Myles knew this song. And it's called All Around the Water Tank. And we played this one, a little bluesier when we were younger.
It's true, folkies, they like to tune for 20 minutes and sing for 5.
We just came up of the green room and they had the air conditioning on, so our guitarists are going, uh-oh.
Well, of course, the Grateful Dead would tune like for half the afternoon and then play a song. They were notorious for tuning, Grateful Dead were.
I think that was the pot.
It's going to be legal next year. That's when I start taking the bus.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. What are you going to do when you meet somebody on the street driving their car and they're smoking pot? It will be a ticket for driving too slow.
All right, let's play.
All around the water tank, though we're waiting for a train. I'm 1,000 miles from home, just sleeping in the rain. Yeah, I walked up to a brakeman to give him a line to talk. He says, if you got money, boy, I see that you don't want. But he put me off in Texas, yeah, it's a state I dearly love. We got the wide open places all around us, we got the moon and stars above. But nobody seems to want me, nobody lend me a helping hand. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just sleeping in the rain. They put me off in Texas, Lord, it's a state I really love. We got the wide open places all around us, we got the moon and stars above. Oh, nobody seems to want me, oh, lend me a helping hand. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain.
I forgot I was supposed to play a solo there. Oh, holy shit, what key are we in? I mean, marriage. Sorry, children.
Man, there's a lot of people out here we probably know, eh?
Anybody I owe money to?
Fred, you know. Hi, Brian.
The crossover between country and pop, and a lot of that happened even back then. There was a couple of young fellas that were country. Their roots were country if you get into their albums. But if you only heard them on the radio, they were pop. And we'd like to do a song that we used to play back then, and do it for you. A song by the Waverley Brothers. It goes like this.
When I want you in my arms, and I want you, and all my charms. Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream. When I feel blue in the night, and I need you to hold me tight. Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips and wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I can die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream.
All right. Thank you very much. This is a song we did in Woody's Termites. Matter of fact, I think it was one of the first songs we did, and we actually did it on a televised thing that they did for a variety show. They used to have it. This is at Sidney Stephen High School. What I'm talking? Anybody go to Sidney Stephen High School?
I think the original guy that sang this song is here somewhere. I don't know where he is, but he's probably here somewhere. Dougie Grace was with us at that time. Where's he at? Right there. I thought I saw him
I'm going
over
to show
there.
you how it should have been sung.
We're going to sing it. It should have been sung, Doug.
Let me know if he's going to throw anything, Jim. I'll duck. How you do, Doug? I hope you were here earlier. I was saying great things about you. And it's funny, Doug, you're here. This is great. This is great because I was talking, I was talking to somebody backstage, and I was trying to get to the dressing room, and you come off kind of rude when people are pulling you 4 or 5 different ways, and all you want to do is you make sure your guitar and yourself get back there safely and so forth. And they don't quite understand that sometimes that's not the moment. Do you remember when? But anyway, he insisted he'd play drums for Woody's Termites. Yeah, John somebody, and I said, no, you didn't. He goes, yes, you did. I said, no, I didn't. You didn't. You did not play for drums. I said, maybe after I left, when Lionel...
No, it was always Dave Dodsworth.
It was always Dave Dodsworth.
Dave
So I don't know what drugs he's on. But I never played in Woody's Termites with a drummer aside from David Dodsworth all the time. And
Check with Doug.
Doug is my witness. Unless there was some formation I didn't know about. That was a little disturbing what I heard there. But anyway, this was what we did. This is one of the songs we did back in Woody's Termites. I've got to remember the words, how to start. Doug!
First line, Doug.
Took my troubles down to Madam Ruth. You know the lady with the gold cap tooth. She looked at my voice. No, that's not it either. Okay, I gotta focus. I'm a pro. And I was wandering there, and now I'm paying the price.
Sorry about that.
I'm focusing. I took my troubles down to Madam Ruth. You know the gypsy with the gold cap tooth. She's got a place down at 34th line that sells little bottles of the potion of the night. Nicely done. All right. Now, I told that you know that I write songs, but Jim writes songs too. On the first April Wine album, he had some compositions on there, and Jim left the band after our first album, didn't you?
I did, after the first album.
Quitter.
He's called me that for 45 years. Quitter. Said you could have been more than that.
Could have been a lady.
Could have been a lady. And if I'd stayed around, you never know. Just kidding. No. I do. I write songs. I got a little solo career going with, and I'm really grateful that Myles kept April Wine going because people remembered my name somewhat. And I have a project out, and one of the songs, Myles heard one of the songs, he said, geez, I'd like you to play that song when we do our acoustic shows. And I said, okay, let's do it. So we're going to do it. And it's a song that I wrote with a bunch of crew that I was playing for. They gave me the title. They wanted me to write a song called You're in My Pajamas. Now, I had a problem with writing a song, You're in My Pajamas, but we've done it. I did it. So we'll let you be the judge. A little more on the monitor, just a little. Baby, we were pretty green. One day we're out walking and nothing to explain. Well, the blue sky opened up and it started to rain. Like no umbrella, oh man, what a scene. Oh, we both got soaked to the skin. I went over to my place, ready to pour. I gave you my pajamas, you better close the door. You're in my pajamas, you know they look.
Yeah, Jim Henman's back. Yeah.
I talked him into it. Sit back down. Is the ground getting cold? Is that bad?
All right, there.
Man, they make these straps tight.
All right, thank you again. It's been great. It's so nice to finish a gig and the sun's still out, and especially nice to go home to your own bed. I spent my entire life living inside of cement rooms with curtains and lumpy pillows. Sure is nice to go home to your bed at the end of the day. All right, I have a blues record coming out. I've been working on this for 10 years. I get distracted easily, and time goes by. The idea, I wanted to write some songs and write blues songs and have blues guys play them. So that's what I did, and it's finished. There's 16 songs, brand new songs. Lots of blues players on it, award-winning blues players. I am not a blues player. I don't want to pretend to be a blues player. I just wanted to write blues songs. I'm a songwriter, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to get that done, and I did it. It's coming out, True North Records, November 5th. So I'm going to give you a taste. I'm going to give you a taste of one of the songs. Now, when I grew up here, my brother Alan's here, and I hadn't seen him in a little while. I'm so glad he's here somewhere. Oh, good to see you. Don't steal anything.
Those days are gone.
Okay. Anyway, make me proud. Don't steal anything. And when we grew up down here, we didn't have any running water. When we moved in, I watched them build the bridge, the first bridge. It was 1954. We were living down at Tufts Cove, Nova Scotia. Right down here. You know why did I say Nova Scotia? You know where Tufts Cove is? You know where it is. Dartmouth side of the harbor there. And anyway, we moved from there, from Tufts Cove to Waverley. And what a wonderful thing that was for us three boys. And we didn't have any running water. And so what we used to do, my dad used to have a car that was cut into a truck. was a Ford, and he used to haul big galvanized drums of water from the lake here, and we used to heat that on a wooden stove, and we used to bathe in the kitchen in a tub. The three boys did, and that's a very vivid image that I have, and it's okay. And some people may have experienced as well. I also taught Sunday school. Hi, girls. I can hear you. I can see you. You look great. Good, good. That's beautiful. Anyway, over here is a church I mentioned earlier tonight. I used to teach Sunday school. I used to play Friday night with Woody's Termites, and then I used to teach Sunday school the next day. Wasn't that fun? And I used to hitchhike all the way. And if Jack is here, Jack, do you know how many kilometers that? Jack, how many kilometers is that? 3? 5? 5? Maybe? 5 kilometers. I used to hitchhike Sunday mornings. Okay, you're distracting now. Just take a picture and go away. You're beautiful. Go away. Really, get over yourself. It's okay. Anyway, so anyway, I used to hitchhike to church. You drop your sunglasses, and you'll probably need them in the morning. They're right there. So anyway, I'm sure you'll need them in the morning. So anyway, and so I remembered that when I was writing the song. The other thing too I remember is that we all wanted to smoke back then, cigarettes, because it seemed to be glamorous or something like that. So used to take cardboard and roll them into little cigarettes, and I called them cardboard stogies. And I remember that very well. And just to finish off a thought, which I wasn't going to mention because it just popped in my head, up the road is the Oakfield Golf Course. Okay? How many kilometers is that, Jack? It's a 20-minute drive. I used to hitchhike there every morning when they opened in 1964. I was a caddy master at Oakfield the day they opened. Okay?
Now he plays there.
I'm a member now. I was a kid then, and I used to hitchhike all the way from way down there to way over there in Enfield or Oakfield. Oakfield is where the golf course is. That's a lot, isn't it? And then I have to hitchhike back at the end of the day. There was a lot of hitchhiking back then, but it was easier back then. It wasn't like it is today. So here's a song. Here's a song from the blues. Give you a little taste of something called I Ain't Gonna Bath in the Kitchen Anymore. Well, I ain't gonna bath in the kitchen anymore. Kitchen anymore. When I ain't poor, I ain't gonna bath in the kitchen anymore. No, I ain't gonna hitchhike to church on Sundays no more. No, I ain't gonna hitchhike to church on Sundays no more. When I get rich, I know for sure, but I ain't gonna to church on Sundays no more. No more. No, I ain't gonna smoke cardboard stogies no more. Stogies no more. When I'm a man of means, I won't eat from a can of beans, and I ain't gonna bath in the kitchen anymore. Something like that. A little bit like that. All right, we had a wonderful time again. Okay, and we'd like to leave you with one more. Sing along, if you feel like it, and it's been a real pleasure.
You should play this one for Johnny over there. Johnny Meyer's sitting over there, Myles.
Johnny, raise your hand.
Johnny Marr, Mr. Johnny Marr.
Hey, John. Orange juice. Used to be Jack Daniels. Do you have a diabetic? I take needles every day. And if anybody has diabetes, you know what that's like. It's a period of thing nipping at your heels every day. No break from that. Jim suggested I have a little taste of orange juice. My sugar might be getting low. I get confused when my sugar gets low, when I start singing Barry Manilow songs or something.
We have to get hold of him before that gets there.
I know I'm in trouble. But I've been working with but raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation for over 10 years. And I do that every single April 1 show. And I'm very happy to turn over money as we go along. And that started with my youngest child, not a child anymore, he's 21 now, third year, just graduated finished third year at Carleton University, studying political science, but he's been a diabetic since he was 6. When we used to chase him around with a needle. It's really hard to understand when you're 6 years old what the hell all that's about, but he's fine. And so anyway, if you have a chance to donate to the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, that's great. My son's diabetic and I'm diabetic, and so Jim was wisely reminding me to have my juice, and that's probably why I'm forgetting first lines and so forth.
That's right.
But for what they're paying me here tonight, I can forget all I want. I can do anything I want for what they're paying me.
We'd like to thank Kevin, though, for bringing us.
Yeah, I do, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
In all seriousness, yeah.
First time I'm playing in Waverley in over 50 years. Holy.
Okay. What key is this in? A. All right, again, it's been wonderful. Jim and I have had a really nice time, I'm sure, and we appreciate you coming out. Be well, everyone.
Be well.
All right? Goes like this.